Today, I'd like to share with you how to let go of toxic negative thoughts, toxic negative thinking, toxic negative beliefs, and how to create the kind of experienced reality that you want to create. Yes, absolutely, my friends. What's going on, everybody? This is Picco with IroncladConfidence.com coming to you guys today, my friends. Another amazing video. Yeah, buddy, baby. I hope you guys are rocking that world, dude, and always transforming that psychology, baby. Yeah, buddy, baby, because that's what we do on this channel, dude. So check it out, baby. If you guys are new here to the YouTube channel, you guys, on this channel, we talk about all things personal development. We talk about all things self-mastery. We talk about all things self-care, okay? And so you're going to learn stuff about quantum physics. You're going to learn stuff that has to do with how reality works using universal laws of attraction and how your psychology links up with universal laws and science to give you the reality that you're experiencing, and you probably don't even know it. And the reason I say that is because I didn't even know it. So I had to go deep dive and freaking crack the code on how reality works, dude. And so we talk about a lot of different concepts on how the mind works and how we can use these ideas. We can use our perception of reality to create whatever kind of experienced reality that we're going to create, because we do it every day and we don't even know it, dude. Yeah, buddy, baby. So check it out, my friends. If that sounds good to you, if you want to learn about these powerful universal laws of attraction, dude, then stick around, baby, because today I'd like to share with you how to let go of toxic negative thoughts, toxic negative thinking, toxic negative beliefs, and how to create the kind of experienced reality that you want to create. See, this is powerful because what we do as people, this is what I've learned, is that we pick up information from the time we're born. That information, we're literally living life and we're picking up information, right? We don't even know. Everyone's dealt a hand in life. Some good, some bad, some horrible, some not so, not so bad, some better. And so everyone's on a different playing field, so to speak, okay? And so what happens is people, once they receive whatever that reality is, they were born into it, they create what is called a lifetime experience. Over the timeline of their life, however old you are, be 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, 20 years old, and you're picking up an experience every single second of the day. You're picking up an experience of reality every single second of the day, okay? And what a lot of people don't realize is that if you live life and you come from a very dysfunctional reality, a reality full of pain and addiction and prison and just beat downs and just craziness, real poverty, you come from a reality that you don't even know what the hell's going on, even though you think you know what the hell's going on. And the reason I say that with such absolute truth and conviction is because that was the card that got dealt to me in my life. And you know what's crazy about this? A lot of people will live their life, and instead of actually growing and becoming the kind of person that's going to create the success that they want in their life, what they tend to do is they say, I can never do that. I don't believe in that. I'll forget it. And then they become a victim in their own eyes. And the way people become victims in their own eyes is because of that poverty level that they were raised in, picking up all the dysfunction and all the turmoil and problems that, that you experience. They turn around and they say, well, now I need a big shadow to blame. I need a big idea to blame. Who can I blame it on, right? And this is what we do. We want to resent our loved ones. We want to resent, the people that raised us. And you're not going to believe what I've learned. All those are negative thoughts. Those are all negative experiences. Those are all negative beliefs that we have accumulated. And then what we do is we align ourselves with that experience. And then we really, really victimize ourselves with those ideas. And I know because I did this for a very, very long time. Because see, if you know anything about me and my past, my story, growing up, I was raised in an environment where there was crank in the house all the time. There was cocaine in the house all the time. There was weed in the house all the time. There was violence and ridiculous, crazy, demonic energy in the house that you don't even know, because your mind is like, everyone's doing drugs, everyone's screaming and yelling and going crazy, and that was the norm, okay? And so you see this at a young age, not to mention alcohol addiction, not to mention a stable place to live, hardly ever. You're jumping from, you're living with friends, you're living with other friends, you're living with parents, you're living with sometimes a parent here, or stepdad or a step parent there, or you're living with whoever, right? Your grandma, your grandpa, all this different stuff happens. And so you see that, right? And you see all your loved ones going through this turmoil, this pain, because they don't know what's going on in their psychology, because their mind gets taken over by just craziness. This is how people live. And so not only that, but I was molested from the age of 14 years old to 14 and a half by a 35-year-old woman, okay? And to be honest with you, as bad as it may sound for me personally, being a guy, I don't know if it's just because it's a guy thing, but I actually felt like she was like teaching me like all this amazing stuff, right? But at the same time, you start to feel ashamed, you start to feel negative, you start to feel all these other feelings. You start to feel bad about yourself, in other words. And so what we do when we go through life like that, we're accumulating a timeline of negativity. We're accumulating a timeline of negative beliefs. And what we do is we live in the past based upon the ideas that happened 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago. We live our life, if we're not aware, if we're not careful, if we don't catch it, if we don't have a growth mindset, we live in the current moment thinking about our pain and suffering from the past. And so we suffer in the present because we're too controlled by the past. And what I've learned about toxic negative thinking and toxic beliefs is that there is nothing you can do to change the past, no matter what. And see, a person who, let's say they weren't raised in the freaking ghetto, dude. Maybe they weren't raised in a real hard environment. Maybe they weren't raised around drug addiction and alcohol addiction and violence and beat downs and stabbings and people getting killed and murdered right around you and in front of you and locked up in prison and all this stuff. Okay, they're not, see, a person who isn't born in that environment, they're going to be traumatized. They're going to, you're a sponge. And what you experience the first 7 years of your life, you literally absorb everything from that experience. And it becomes solidified into who you are. And you don't even know it. Because then it becomes part of your identity. And you live your life this way. But then let's say you take a person who was, let's say, more middle class, right? Had more resources, had more support, right? See, a person who lives in poverty, a reality of poverty, they had a completely broken support system. That means there wasn't a system there that was able to support them. Support them to go to school and be functional and everything be okay. See, everything's built on support systems. And so a person who was raised, let's say, middle class, they had a little bit better of a support system. Maybe people had a greater understanding about, how things should operate, right? They're not drug addicts, maybe occasional drinking here and there. There's problems like everyone, but they're not going to absorb and experience the trauma as a person did over here, who came from the freaking gutter, dude. Yeah, buddy. A lot of people don't know that. And so this individual, they're not going to have a database of as much toxic negative thinking as an individual who came from over here. And then you go to higher class, right? And guess what? Higher class, there's still going to be dysfunction, there's still going to be problems, but there is a supporting system that is in place that is even stronger than the middle class system, that is even stronger than the lower class system. And so, and when I mean system, I mean the family support system. Okay? That's what I mean. And so what happens is you have people who take on negative thinking from different dimensions of their own experienced reality. That should freaking rock your world, dude. Yeah, buddy. That should rock your world. Because guess what? We go through this pain and suffering. We go through all of this stuff that we never figure out. And then later on in life, we don't even realize that it starts to have an effect on us. See, what we experience when we're young, we don't even recognize. We just like minimize it and go, oh, whatever, I don't even care about that. It's cool, I'm fine. We move forward. But what we don't realize is that as we get older and we start to mature, we start to, those older beliefs, those older emotions, that older toxic negative thinking, it starts to come up inside. And it starts to challenge how we think about ourselves. It starts to challenge how we think about others. It starts to challenge how we think about reality and society and what we can do. Yeah, buddy. And so for me, I had to literally dive straight into personal development. I had to figure it out one way or another. I spent almost 15 years, 5 years just tinkering with ideas, 9 years just completely just in the trenches of personal development, reading and writing, wasn't doing videos, wasn't doing podcasting, wasn't even talking about it, just learning and consuming and consuming and consuming. And I thought, man, you know what? I feel good when I consume something. And so what I started to recognize is that even though I was consuming and consuming and consuming that information, I wasn't actually living and demonstrating the new possibility of who I could be, dude. Yeah, buddy, baby. Freaking amazing, dude. Most people don't know that, dude. And so what I did is about 4 years ago is when I started to give myself permission to start talking about all the stuff that I went through in the past. And instead of going into great detail, I talked about personal development, how to overcome it, right? You got problem, reaction, solution in life. There's a problem, it creates a reaction in society. What's the solution? And I started to focus on the solution because guess what? There's always going to be problems. And then guess what? It's your reaction to those problems that's going to dictate whether or not you find the solution to fixing your problem. Ooh, dang, dude. That was freaking amazing right there, baby. Most people don't know that, dude. And so when it comes to how to let go of negative, toxic thoughts, you have to understand something about negative, toxic thinking, okay? You have been programmed with a certain level of experienced reality. And that experienced reality is going to carry with it a certain amount of negativity. It's just like a person who goes to Vietnam or goes to war, right? They come back and dude, their mind is so warped because it was traumatized. It's seen people's heads getting blown off. It's seen death everywhere. It's seen, they themselves probably lost an arm or a leg or something. And so they come back with this deranged type of thinking that they don't even know. They don't even know why. And so they're living in fear. They're living in anger. They're living in anxiety. They're living in all this negative stuff because they've never figured out how to break free. They've never figured out who they were in the first place, for the most part. It sounds crazy, but this is how it goes, baby. And I had to figure this out. Because see, those people who have to live like that, they're heavily medicated and they have a disability for life. And you know, so a lot of us, we live life like we like to pretend that we don't have disabilities, that everything's okay. But you got to understand something about reality. See, you can lie to everyone else around you, but you cannot lie to yourself. Because you know the truth. You and only you and the Creator knows the truth, dude. Yeah, buddy, dude. And so guess what happens? Unless a person's actually went through that craziness or went through that trauma or went through that negativity in life, they're not going to truly know what the heck you're talking about. See, there's people in my family who they had money, they had all kinds of money. I had millionaires on both sides of my family, but we never seen any of that, you know. And so they didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to deal with it. They didn't want to, you know. And so what happened is we had to deal with it on our own. We had to figure it out on our own. And there was only two things I was going to do in my life. You're either going to sink in life or you're going to swim. You're either going to learn to get past the past and create a breakthrough and move forward with the better reality, or you get stuck living in the past. Did you know that? Yeah, buddy, baby. A lot of people don't know that, dude. And so guess what? A lot of times people, they like to think everything's fine, everything's perfect, but dude, people got problems in this world. People suffer from mental health problems. People suffer from depression. People suffer from negativity and fear and worry and anxiety. All kinds of emotions that will, if you don't understand who you truly are, if you don't have a supporting routine, a supporting role where you demonstrate who you're going to be every day and know it from a conscious level, then guess what? You don't even know that you don't know, baby. Because guess what? For me, I would get up every day, like 98% of people in the society, and I would demonstrate the best person I could be, right? And you're like, I'm demonstrating this person to be. I'm giving it my best shot. I'm doing everything they're telling me to do, but I'm not happy with myself. Why am I not happy with myself? And every year that passes, I just keep getting not happy with myself. Why am I not happy? And then you start to recognize as you get older, it's because you never figured out who you were. You never figured out you never figured out who you were because you identified so much with your past that you're living in the present based upon the past. And this is what people do, and they don't even know it. And so, the way I like to refer to it is you're carrying around a 200-pound dumbbell everywhere you go. That 200-pound dumbbell represents all your negative thinking that you have, all your negative past experiences. And every time you get up to go somewhere, oh wait, I got to bring my dumbbell with me, my 200-pound dumbbell, let me carry it over here. And so you live life moving forward, and it's like, life is hard. Life is stressed out. I hate life. Life is everything like this. And we're all mad and we're all angry and we can't stand this and we blow up and get mad. Guess what, baby? You're not going to believe the amazing secret that I figured out. And it's very simple. You know what it is? Let go of the 200-pound dumbbell. Let go of the past, in other words. Because guess what? It doesn't exist no more. You see, since I've been recording this video, the only thing that exists is what I'm sharing with you right now in this video. 15, 20 minutes ago, however long I've been recording, it's already gone. It doesn't pass. It's already in the past. Nothing I can do to get it back. Yeah, buddy, baby. And so what I started to do is I started to replace, to not only let go of negative toxic thinking, but I started to focus more on building an architect of positive, powerful perceptions of who I believe that I was. We ain't talking about being perfect here, dude. There ain't no one perfect, baby. Everyone falls short of the glory of the Creator. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone says things, thinks things, and does things that, they regret. But guess what? We're not focusing on that. You only focus on what you can do to improve who you are as an individual. Now, mind you, I had to talk about a lot of the things that I had from my past in order for me to get past them, because they're emotionally attached to who we are as people. And if you don't talk about these things and get them out and really figure out what the hell's going on inside, why this happened and who you were, guess what? You're going to stay living with those emotions suppressed and buried inside of who you are. And guess what? I went to psychologists to talk to doctors. I went to other psychologists to talk to doctors. And you know what? They didn't do nothing for me. Nothing for me. They just sat there, listened to me for an hour talking about it, and I'm pouring out my heart. And then, time's up. I gotta go. Okay, next week. And I'm like, dude, I'm in the middle of telling you like a serious, something's going on with me. And you're just gonna, time's up? And I was like, you know, the hell with all this. Just talk to somebody so they can get paid to hear me, dump all my problems onto them and them take notes on me and gradually lead me to the conclusion. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna freestyle, baby. I'm gonna do YouTube because I freaking seen it coming a long time ago. And then I'm gonna read books. I'm gonna listen to podcasts. I'm gonna start demonstrating who I want to be, dude. The kind of reality I want to create, baby. And so when you learn to give yourself permission to let go of your own negative, toxic thinking, and you learn to replace that with a more positive, empowering thought, you actually start to liberate your soul. But it's not just about replacing the thought. You have to actually talk about your problem. See, for me, when I do this, I'm sharing with you an experience that, what I went through and how I got over it. And how I'm still getting over it. Because the second you stop growing in life, you are dead in the water. You're dead in the water, not making no progress. There's plenty of people who just sit back and consume this content, read a lot of books, go to a lot of seminars, and they get all jacked up and motivated. Yeah, dude, that's cool, man. Oh, I believe it. But then as soon as they're gone, as soon as they leave, okay, died down and went away. That's because they're not living what they're watching or consuming. They're just receiving the energy of what they're receiving. And so for me, I recognized it. I had to demonstrate it. I had to prove back to myself who I was, dude. Yeah, buddy, baby. And that, my friends, is how to let go of negative, toxic thoughts, toxic thinking. Just observe them as they appear. And then decide, do I have to continually focus on that? No, I don't. So what do? I replace them with new powerful perceptions. Powerful, forward-moving perceptions of who I truly am at heart and the direction I'm going in life. Yeah, buddy, baby. And that, my friends, is how to let go of toxic negative thinking, toxic negative thoughts. Because we become a prisoner of our own thoughts. And we don't even know it. Next thing you know, we're living shackled and chained by the negativity of past experiences of the past. Poor me. We become a victim in our own eyes, and we don't even know it. Next thing you know, we feel real pathetic. You get a lot of attention, sympathy that way. But I'm here to tell you, it does not make you a bold, strong person. It's okay to have your moments of pity. It's okay to feel down when you're going to be down. It's okay to let other people be an encouragement to you. But at the same time, don't make that your home run. Don't make that your frequency. Don't make that your dominating frequency, right? Yeah, buddy. Let the truth dominate you, baby. Let the truth set you free. Let your mind be freed from the controls of the nonsense that this world will project on you. Because there's a lot of people who like to focus on all the negative stuff. That's all they like to focus on. Negative, bad information. They're very critical thinkers, and I'm telling you right now, a critical thinker, they may appear to be smart, because I used to be very critical. You get real triggered because they're controlled by the ego. They get real triggered and they think things have to be this way and that way and this. And they live real critical lives. They live very stressful lives. They live very unhappy lives, even though they may think they're happy. See, a lot of people find pleasure in criticizing other people. Yeah, buddy. And guess what, dude? When I learned to let it go, dude, I freaking grew wings so I could fly. Because I became lighter, right? You become more joyful. You become more peaceful. You become more liberated, dude. Yeah, buddy, baby. But that's it, champions. That's all I got for you guys today. I just wanted to rock some free 99 knowledge, homies, and share with you what I've learned about letting go of toxic experiences, toxic thinking, letting go of the past, dude. Yeah, buddy. But check it out, baby. If you guys are new here to the YouTube channel, you guys dig this type of communication, this type of information, consider subscribing, dude. Consider smashing that thumbs up button, baby, and hitting the little bell notification if you want to receive updates when I rock these videos, dude. Yeah, buddy. But I do thank you guys, and I do look forward to talking to you champions again next time, baby. Peace. When you get real with yourself, when you're ready to forgive yourself, when you're ready to see, you have to forgive others. You have to forgive your past if you're going to get past yourself. Because if you resent the people and the experiences and the life that you had to live, you are going to be trapped forever. And you will not get past yourself, and you will not grow, and you will not make progress, baby. Yeah, buddy, dude. Done.